Hey, my dear souls, how are you all? I have missed you. It's been a rough couple of months, and I just haven't had the ability to do a video and just to connect with you all. And I have missed doing it. I have thought of doing it often, and it just has not been a possibility. Some of you know me, personally, but those of you who just follow my channel, I have a son with special needs, and every so often he'll go into these spurts where he does not sleep. So we've had a couple months in which, he just has not been sleeping very well. He has a dual diagnosis of autism and Down syndrome, so it can kind of get a little interesting sometimes. But anyway, I think we've kind of moved through that patch, and I think, looking at the astrological transits with his chart and with my chart, it makes every bit of sense in the world. We're going through some big stuff. And I think not only are these transits that we're going through collectively huge, but they are personally huge. One thing that's really interesting about this year is that all the personal planets have gone retrograde. We're pretty used to Mercury going retrograde, as that happens like 3 times a year. But Venus has also gone retrograde, and also Mars is just about to go retrograde on September 9th. So lots of like personal transits going on along with this big stuff that's going on. So since Mars, Mercury, and Venus are the closest to the sun, they're known as the personal planets. And when they go retrograde, we are deeply affected on a personal level. So if you've been feeling a lot lately, you are not alone. So I wanted to come on and do this video because tonight at 1:22 Eastern Time, and it would be 11:22 Mountain Time is what the time I'm in, we're going to have the big Pisces full moon happening on 10 degrees of Pisces. So, and of course opposing the sun at 10 degrees Virgo. So a big night tonight and lots of energy coming in. What I love about this moon is it's going to bring in this energy of being able to dream and kind of get an inkling of what we want for our future. If you can use that energy tonight to really sit there and go, what do I want? What is my fondest dream? What do I really want to go towards? Because we're about to go into a next spat of astrology here that's going to be pretty darn intense. And if you think the beginning part of this year has been intense, you're right. This may actually possibly be even more intense. Because Mars going retrograde is not only happening, but he's going to be squaring the big thing that happened in January. If any of you are familiar with astrology, we had a Pluto-Saturn conjunction that happened in January, and that's kind of what kicked off all this crazy, isolation and so much of the unrest and the political unrest and all the things that have just kind of come up. And in the spring, Venus went through and squared that clump of planets that has been kind of activated. And really, Jupiter's in the mix too. So it's Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, and they're all in Capricorn. And during the spring, Venus went through and squared each of them. And that was part of our difficult times we went through. Again, Venus is a personal planet. Well, here in the fall, Mars is about to make that same exact pass, but Mars is not as kind as Venus, and he can be a little more intense, a little bit more about getting us where we need to be, a little bit more about, really asserting our will, or balancing asserting our will with allowing others to assert their will. So it may be kind of a little bit of a wild ride this fall. So I just wanted to present to you or invite you to dream with this moon tonight, because I think even though this energy will be challenging over the next few months, there's also the possibility to really have that inertia and that energy and that propulsion that can help you to get more close to what you want to do, or closer to what you want to do and who you want to be. So I would just invite you tonight, if you're a journaler, sit down and journal some thoughts. If you're just kind of a bullet point person, put down some bullet points of some things that you really want. But bring your dreams into a concrete form, write them down, and really dream with this moon, because I think that possibility is there. So anyway, I wanted to draw some cards. And before I do that, I just wanted to mention that I feel like this is such an intense time, and I'm really desiring to do some readings for people. I'm going to put a coupon code down below the video that will be good for a couple weeks here. And I just want to invite you, if you're looking for a little extra guidance, little personal guidance, because this will be for the collective, this reading I want to do today, and some of these things I'm bringing up. But if you're looking for some personal guidance and just need some personal clarity, I would love to do a reading for you and to connect with you in that way. So I will link my Etsy shop below, as well as a coupon that you are free to use for the next couple weeks, just to help, because I want to do what I can to help during these times. And just be there in any way that I can be. So, but yes, let's get to the cards. I'm going to use the textured tarot today to do a collective reading. If you follow my channel for a while, you know I always pick 3 cards. You can pick 1, 2, or 3 as I draw them. Some people will actually feel like all 3 cards apply to them. Some people will feel like 2 cards apply to them. The way you'll know is as you're hearing the message, if you're going, yes, that's totally what I needed to hear, or that's exactly what I was looking for, then that message is for you, whether it's 1 or 2 or 3 cards. So just trust that your intuition is guiding you to pick the correct card either now or as you listen. It will be exactly as it's meant to be. It will be perfect. So I will also link this deck below. I can't remember who created this deck. I can't remember her name, but she has lovely, lovely, lovely art, and she's such a beautiful creator. And this deck has just been such a joy and a standby for me during this whole time. So, all right, what do we need to know? What do we need to know right now as we go into this full moon tonight and into the Mars retrograde that starts on September 9th? Ooh, we got a card flying out here. Okay, so the first card we've got is the 4 of Cups. So if you've picked this card is coming to tell you that there may be some feelings that you're kind of feeling overwhelmed by life right now and kind of feeling like, I'm having trouble navigating all this. I'm having trouble keeping everything straight and trying to figure out how to manage all the little details, navigate exactly where my life is at right now. And this card is coming up to tell you it's going to be okay. In the original Rider-Waite, there's a hand almost coming through the clouds to present another cup to the person. And it's kind of like there will be an answer coming through. And it's not something you have to control. It's not something you have to go out and do. But just realize that if you can go with the flow right now, do your best, do the next step that you need to take. Try not to think about, I know we all overthink, right? Try not to overthink and think about what's ahead or how many next steps you have to take. Worry about just that next step you need to take. And right now, I would just encourage you, take a big breath, just let it out, release, realize that you got this, you're going to be okay. Everything is going to work out, and you're going to find your way through this crazy, crazy time we're all in. All right, let's look at card number 2 here. Let's see what comes up. For those of you who chose card number 2. Okay. Card number 2 is the 5 of Cups. Interesting. We're got lots of emotional stuff going on. Cups cards in tarot are all about emotions and connections and relationships and the things of our heart. So the 5 of Cups coming up. This card, if you've chosen it, I feel like there's a message that what you've been moving through is truly grief, and maybe you've been afraid to label it as such. Like perhaps you feel like you don't have the right to call it grief, or you feel like you should be over it by now, or you feel like you should have moved through it more gracefully or quickly, whatever. I feel like the universe and spirit are saying, be gentle with yourself right now. Realize that these have been incredibly intense times. Like, not only have we gone through massive changes and we've lost connection to each other as we've been forced to wear masks and forced to isolate and not interact in the way we are used to and go to work and go to the places that give us joy and give us relaxation and release. We've been unable to access some of those places. And some of you on a very personal level have lost loved ones. You have gone through hell. You've gone through so much this year. And Spirit is just holding you right now, giving you a great big hug, telling you, yes, feel your feelings. What you're feeling is real, it's deep, it's profound, and you are honored in that trajectory and in that process. And it's okay to call it grief and to say, I need to sit here as long as it takes to move through this. The only thing with emotions is that we just don't get stuck, that we just keep flowing with them. You know, if they're there, we move through them, we express them, we feel them. The worst thing you can do is tell yourself, oh, I can't feel that, or no, I shouldn't be feeling that, or, you know, it's not that bad. Telling yourself that does not help you heal. So acknowledge, yes, this sucks, but we're going to move through it, and you're going to be okay. The universe is sending you a great big hug right now. All right, for those of you who chose the 3rd card, let's see what the universe wants to tell you. Okay, what message is here for us? Okay, the 3rd card. All right, we got a sword here. It's like all those cups. But here's a sword card. And for those of you who chose this card or feel a resonation with this card, a resonance, can talk, a resonance with this card. This card is coming to tell you that tonight is going to bring you clarity. Full moons are about illumination. And what's so cool about full moons is that they stand across the sky from the sun. So the full moon's in Pisces and the sun is in Virgo. They are directly across, and you have this beam of light going across the sky in astrology, and you have this illumination that's happening. It's like whatever your self is doing, there's your emotional self on the other side. There's the issues and the things that you're struggling and dealing with, and there's light on both sides right now to illuminate exactly what you need to see. So for those of you who chose this card, if there's an issue you've been struggling with or a choice you've been trying to make, this moon tonight is going to bring you clarity and help you know exactly the next step to take. It's interesting because I've had a lot of hawk energy around in the last couple of months, which has been really special. I actually had a family of Swenson hawks, which I didn't even know that those hawks existed. And they were living in my backyard for a good month, my own backyard, in my tree with their babies. And it was just so profound. And I feel it's important to tell you that story because hawks are very, very special. And if you see a hawk in the next few days, take this as another confirmation. Hawks can see farther than they are so able to see. Like, I think they can see a football field. They can see a mouse at the end of a football field. Their eyesight is so incredibly good. And when that comes to you, when a hawk totem comes to you, or a hawk spirit animal, it's saying you can see, you have the clarity to see. I'm giving you the gift of this extra sight right now. And it's a sight that's not just physical, it's a sight that's spiritual. It's like you suddenly just see how something is supposed to play out. So if you chose this card, the energy of hawk is with you. And I also believe the clarity of this new moon or this full moon tonight, the illumination, is going to give you the insight you need to make a decision. It may not happen exactly tonight, but in the next few days to the week here, you will have an idea exactly of how to proceed with a decision you're making or a quandary you've been having or a situation that you've gone round and round and round. It's going to suddenly become clear for you. So I hope this reading helps. These are beautiful cards, and hopefully they just bring you the illumination you needed today. If you like this video, I would just encourage you, please subscribe, like, comment. All of those things mean so, so, so much to me, and I truly appreciate you as followers and also just spreading the word about my channel. I am just excited to continue on with this path and kind of get back into doing this on a more regular basis. I love connecting with you all, and I love doing the readings for you all like this. So many blessings, many full moon blessings. So much love sent your way. I hope to see you soon in the next video.